Good morning, brothers and sisters. It is 8:06 a.m. Central Standard Time on March 19th, 2022. Hope our Creator is keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms, and subscribe if you're new. We're going to start off our viewing pleasure today over at spaceweatherlive.com at 193 angstroms of light at our SDO. And as we can notice here, we're going to have a couple of releases there and there. And a little bit later, we'll just see little crackles and pops, and then we'll see another release happen right over here. Right here is a coronal hole that's going to be having us some wind, some solar winds that are going to be arriving. And as you can see, that filament release ended up creating a much larger section for a coronal hole here. However, as we also progress, we can see that this very tight coronal hole began to form. So right as we were getting the wind, as this starts to get out of our way, where we're not going to be impacted, we're going to be impacted by this guy. Oh, happy day. And still over at spaceweatherlive.com, we're looking at nose prediction model for our plasma arrival for our density, and it's looking like it's showing us on the 19th, which is today, at noon UTC time, which means we're starting to get impacted currently. Our current time being 8:08, we've got to add 5 hours to that. That would be 1 p.m. UTC time. So let's take us to that. This is where we're currently at, according to NOAA's prediction model, which would put us at about 20 centimeters cubed. But there's kind of confusion. So we've got NOAA here, and then we come over here to the European Space Agency, and we look at their Euphoria model. And we're going to look, oh, hey, where are you going, buddy? Let's dig this back to current time. That's about as close as we're going to get. And they're showing us in the low spot, where we're only getting about 10 centimeters cubed. So we've got some confusion. There's no real knowing when it's going to arrive. Nobody really knows. This is their best predictions. I will keep my eyes out for this, but I will say this, that when we come over here to Space Weather Prediction Center.noaa.gov, and we come over here to our pressure, we can actually see what our pressure is doing. And as we advance, this is how we can see that we don't have any major impacts. If we have been impacted by any of these things, it was somewhat weak, but it may not have arrived yet. So I will keep my eyes out on this for everybody, and I will let you know. So please be safe out there today. So we're looking okay for now. Just please be safe and keep your eyes open. Let's go take a peek at a couple other things. And as we jump over here and we take a look at our Italian model for our Schumann resonance. Come on now. What is going on here? Thing froze up. Sheesh. Alright, this is our electromagnetic field, and it looks like there's really not much activity going on. You can see the color change that they typically do when they try to change the settings on it, but it looks like we have a little activity here and here, but they're really not showing what it is, conveniently having the color graph covering up where this little spike is. Isn't that nice of them? But as you can see down here, there's something going on. The geophones up here, you can see the little hits here and here. So there is something going on, but they really like to compress it so that you can't really see what's going on. Isn't that just nice of them? And we get down here to the meat and potatoes of our Schumann. Looks like we are having some activity. See, this is where I like to show everybody that this is where they're really, you can see where they've compressed it. See how tight these lines are? They didn't used to be this tight. They used to be way up here. So you can see that it's been compressed. Anyone who's been following me for a while, I've shown you guys the difference on that a long time ago. I mean, this right here, look at the geophone going off. Look at all this. It's very clear that there is an event. Excuse me, can't talk this morning. And you can see how it's compressed real nice and tight. So come over and take a look at our Russian model. They're showing we have a power of 20, which would be here and here. But that's not really much else. It's really kind of an interesting ordeal. They're showing our current power is 20, but our current power actually right here would be, what, 7 or 8? That's about all I'm seeing. So these are some interesting readings. I also got pulled up for us, ready to look at Planets Today. That's actually planetstoday.com. And as we come down here and take a sneaky peek, we can actually see a very interesting alignment. We are in line with Venus, Mars, and Pluto. Very interesting energy coming off of that. And in the next couple of days, we're actually going to be in alignment. Now, this is what's really interesting. Look at this. We're going to be in alignment. So, March 29th, we'll be in alignment with Make and the Sun. And if we keep going, looks like on the 1st we're going to be starting to get in alignment with Mercury on the other side, and possibly could still have energy from Make, plus still have the energy from this alignment. There's a lot going on. Interesting. And as we jump over to spaceweather.com, we can see that today they're actually predicting that it'd be a glancing blow on March 19th. So, yeah, CME might deliver a glancing blow to Earth's magnetic field later today, March 19th. The storm cloud was launched 3 days ago by an eruption filament of magnetism on the sun. This is a low confidence forecast. So, low confidence means nobody really knows exactly when it's going to hit, if it's going to hit, which is why I showed you guys the difference between the two different models. You know, the NOAA forecast shows it arriving now, and then Euphoria showing it's not going to arrive till tomorrow. So low confidence on when it's going to arrive, if it arrives. So yeah. Then they're covering the Sahara dust storm in Europe that was happening. This is actually, I actually did a video on this, I believe. All the red skies there in Spain, pretty crazy stuff. It looks like the apocalypse. One guy even says, well, that's just comforting, isn't it? The atmospheric phenomenon will go down in history as the largest incursion into the Iberian Peninsula since record keeping began. Wow, that's a lot. But if we actually happen to scroll down, this is what it actually looked like. It's really pretty interesting to watch. Watch this. Ooh. Yeah, there have been some reports where there actually was rain that came with this, and it actually looked like it was raining blood on the streets. That's pretty eerie, folks. Ooh. Doing a quick touch over here on earthquakesvolcanodiscovery.com. We can see what we've been having in the last 24 hours. This one here is a pretty decent one, Mid-Atlantic Ridge 5.0. We've also got a couple other decent ones, 5.2 over here in Algeria, Mediterranean. Now this is within the last 24 hours. Kind of got to make you wonder, why is there so much of this going on in the last 24 hours? And if you actually, well, I really kind of don't want to do this, but if we go past week, look at how many are over in this area. Like, what's going on over here? It almost makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, could this whole area be a volcano of some sort? And that's why you've got all this burnt earth or scorched earth over here? Because right here is a volcano and it kind of spews out and goes this way and spews out and goes this way. I don't know. Just my own personal observation. Who knows? But anyways, also over here near Japan, looks like we had another 5.9. My goodness, these guys are going to continue just to get, look at this, right off Fukushima, another 5.2. Oh boy. Let's go check out some, let's go see what we got for the national buoys. And it actually looks like there's no buoys going off, so these must be some deeper quakes where it's not really going to be affecting the surface. So we'll just have to keep our eyes out, folks. Ooh, lots of stuff going on. Just remember, folks, keep our eyes open, no fear, and love is the only way forward.